So in high school, a lot of things could happen. Okay, you could retire your parents, you could get the love of your life, you could make some friends which will literally help you in future. This kind of stuff. A lot of things could happen, but there are also some mistakes which will eventually happen to you, and I did them as well. So I'm going to share my experience, and trust me, I'm telling you as an older brother or someone who's been through life. Don't do this type of things. First thing is choosing the wrong girl. Why it happens is most of the time some people like us, like who are working in themselves, who are working in their confidence, this kind of stuff, we kind of had that motivation in ourselves, like if I could change, I could change others as well. So that's why you're trying to change the wrong girl. Like literally, some people can be changed, and you should never try to change them as well. You choose the wrong girl, she's full of red flags, she's full of trauma, this kind of stuff, and then you realize, damn, I'm fucked. Literally, she will give you mental issues, she will give you, like traumas which will not help you, literally, which will not help you at all. She will give you some kind of trauma, she will literally cheat on you, she will talk behind your back, this kind of stuff, she will destroy your reputation, mental health all at once. And trust me, if you're someone who was making progress, if you're someone who was, like working on something, some of a business, this kind of, you're going to lose all of it because it is very traumatic to date someone like that. So just be prepared of that. And if you're dating someone like that right now, man, sorry for you, but you have to leave that girl. Like no matter how much you love her, you have to leave that girl. If she's full of trauma, if she's full of red flags, you have to leave her. Second thing is hanging around bad people, bad companion, like the type of people think they are your friends. Most of the time, you're just hanging around with them because you share a certain way. For example, like gaming, this kind of stuff. Less than that, you don't share anything at all. How to? So how does that kind of friend group really affect your life? First of all, you're hanging around with them just because of a bad habit. Let's say that you're smoking, so they're smoking as well. So that how you made up that group. You're gaming, they're gaming as well. That's how you make that group. And then when you have nothing to do, what you do is you hang around with them. The more you hang around with them, the more ambitionless, the more less confident you become, because most of the time those kind of people are losers. Like literally, if you search throughout your high school, there are only some particular groups who are literally trying to improve the rest than that are all, most of them are losers. So if you hang around with losers, if you hang around with people who are like less motivated, had no direction in their life, you will become like them slowly by slowly. You'll lose your focus, you'll lose your purpose, and then boom, you realize that dang, I'm 30 years old and then I have nothing going on in my life because I was hanging around with losers all the time. Third and the worst mistake I ever did was have so much fun that I lost my fucking purpose. I was indulged into bad habits, for example, like smoking, gaming, porn, this kind of stuff. I was having fun around with my, like so-called friends, doing parties, this kind of stuff. I was so focused on that. I was so focused on like, like getting girls, this kind of. I lost my focus. My focus was, like my focus, or you could say purpose, was trying to improve myself, trying to better my social life, trying to become more confident, to earn money, this kind of stuff. But as soon as I have started having so much fun that I lost the habits, like waking up early, working on myself, talking to new people every day, working on my body, this kind of stuff. The more I lost those kind of stuff, the more I lost other stuff as well. The friends, the girl, like I lost all of them just because I was having more fun, and then I stopped doing the habits that really made who am I. I lost my focus, I lost my purpose, and then I have to took up a gap here in order to recover myself, and then I'm here right now talking to him. So if you're going towards high school or college, these kind of things will happen eventually to you. So be aware of them and try to stay locked in. Literally, the moment you lose focus, the moment you lose all of it. Like that's the reality, and that's sad as well. But you have to go through it. And the moment you lose focus, the more directionless you become. The more like the more loser you become, the more your future self will say something like, why did you choose to do this? Like, you could have done a lot of things. Why did you choose to become a loser? Why did you choose to hang around with them? Why did you choose the wrong girl? Your future self will say something like this. So as an older world, as someone who's been through high school, I've been living both lives. The good life, like staying locked in, the bad life where you're just having fun, partying, this kind of stuff. I've been around through that. And trust me, the moment you lose your focus, the moment you lose your purpose, everything is going to fade. The friends you made, the girl that you love, everything will eventually leave the moment you lose your focus, the moment you lose your purpose. Because they're there just because of who you are. And thus, moment you stop doing the habits that made who you are is the moment they will lose all of the interest that they have for you, and then boom, you're all alone. You're lonely, you're rotting in your room, you're watching porn, this kind of stuff, and then you think like, my life is fucking cooked.